Today, North Korea's dictator Kim Jong Un said he's open to holding a summit with South Korea, a possible sign that Kim wants to ease tensions after the FBI accused the North of hacking Sony Pictures. As for South Korea, it may have something bigger in mind. Here's Margaret Brennan.
South Korea wants to take a step back from its constant war footing and disarm its unpredictable nuclear neighbor Kim Jong Un. This week, they offered the olive branch of direct talks to plan a peaceful reunification. The two are divided by the most heavily militarized border in the world, with nearly 30,000 U.S. troops on one side and on the other, North Korean soldiers, part of the world's fourth largest army. North Korea poses an immediate threat, says former State Department diplomat Richard Haass.
It's a major proliferator of nuclear materials and missiles over the last decade. What reunification would do more than anything is end the threat that is North Korea.
Knitting the Koreas together would be extremely difficult. The two have technically been at war since the 1950s, and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un is unlikely to give up power. American diplomats would also have to persuade China, North Korea's patron, to cut off its support. And some South Koreans fear the economic cost of absorbing 24 million North Koreans who have spent decades cut off from the modern world. But Haass says all of that is changing.
What we're seeing is, because of the change in thinking in the South, much more open to reunification than at any time in history, and the change in thinking in China, where people are increasingly privately and publicly talking about why China might be better off without North Korea.
Kim Jong Un said the North Koreans were willing to talk, but only if certain unspecified demands were met. In the past, they've rejected the South's overtures as just an attempt to undermine them. Margaret Brennan, CBS News, Washington.